Episode 57 of Valheim Slow and Easy starts right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Valheim Slow and or Easy. Hopefully, both. It's me, Hank. I'm your host. We're in the Valheim world again, once more. We've escaped into our digital hypersimulacrium. I just watched a really great video about the comedy, this YouTube channel, Elephant something. It's like a really smart documentary type of thing. Um, Watched those yesterday. There's more to see though, but yeah, interesting stuff and successful, which is nice, inspiring to someone who's trying to do similar stuff on YouTube. Just to say, documentaries. All right, it's been a few weeks since the last time we played. We did a major, what I think is at least major, a nice little upgrade on the coal portal, or at least created like a little alcove thing. So some base work. But now you notice that I am somewhere. I've been. Well, I was about to say shipwrecked, but no, I've been blown off course. Okay, God came by and went. God's an alien, so he makes weird noises, and that's how the alien God expresses wind through its vascular tissues that cover its 17 limbs. All right, no, an old white man blew me off my map. That's what history. That's the historical God. What am I doing? So anyway, I was out shopping for serpents, not shopping, hunting, and dang it, I got two of them. Actually, everything went totally fine. Actually, but I even recorded those. Those are in the recording folder. So now if I remember or see this part while I'm editing it, I will maybe put them up if I feel like doing the extra work. I did manage to get two, so I got a whole bunch in the hole. Oh, nope. I already gave away the secret, too. Hang on. There's another nice surprise that I'm about to explain. Let me just give you the TLDR. Because I was out serpent hunting, I ended up on this little island near the base, and we're going to clear this island first. So we're going to run around this island in this episode. That's all I was really kind of working my way towards. And then there's stuff back at the base I want to do, so we'll see how long this takes, and whether it'll be whatever. Okay, so serpent gathering because I need bait. I have 3 serpent heads. One's in a box. 2 are used for decorations, and of course I don't want to take down my decorations, but I do want to catch fish. So this is the age-old conundrum. Every person in history has struggled with this exact conundrum. Can you have a person bod? If you can have a dad bod, why can't you have a person bod, huh? I'd like to think that's what I have, which explains my tits. All right, probably shouldn't put that word on. Okay, so as we were out doing the serpent thing, we're also doing some fishing, and I did get 2 serpents, which the meat is in this box. See all that meat? 13 and 17 scales. So I could build a shield. I've really gotten good at the harpoon technique, which you saw if I played the video. Um, I just planned ahead and made sure I had some higher stamina foods, and there's also sort of, it seems to recharge while you're in the water. Maybe they changed the mechanics. I'm not sure exactly, but it did seem easier because it. Anyway, that's great. No heads yet. The two decorations, each one you have to mix with the bait, and then it becomes one of the, I think, heavy fish. It becomes heavy fishing bait, which is how you catch the red snappers and the tuna. And those two are really cool fish. So, but speaking of fish, before we move on to the exploration part of this video game playthrough, as I was fishing, you probably already saw it. Look what I caught for myself: a level 5. I'll say it again: a level motherfucking 5 pufferfish. What? I'll say it 3 more times. What? Okay. This is crazy. So I saw, you're kind of driving around, and you're if you see something sort of unusual, you notice it. And this game will like spawn the pufferfish the before they drop. It'll like so you'll see them like hovering above the water. I doubt that's an intentional decision. Maybe though, because they are made of air, thus the puffing. Maybe that's why they do that. But and it was like, it just kind of, it's like, man, that one looks kind of big over there. So let's just go see what that is. But it's kind of hard to tell scale. I knew it was bigger than a small, so I figured it was a 3 or something. Because we don't. Yeah, I've only got one other 5 back at the base. I have a level 5 pike. And man, so I had no sense. And then I see it in the water, and I'm like, nice. But still, never did it cross. And I caught it quite easily. Actually, it was a nice fishing moment. Meaning it wasn't like I had to. Sometimes I don't have enough stamina, or I'm farting around, or some. It managed to go smoothly, and still didn't think it was a 5 until I saw it in my the inventory. Now I'm about to show it to you. Although if I do it at the water, I think it'll swim off. So let me not. That would have been funny for the video if I had done that. Let me show it to you. So, okay, before we do that though, since I have other ones in. So now I decided, since I landed up on this island here, which I haven't yet explored, or just have only done a little bit. I was just cruising around here. This is sort of my, my regular stomping grounds. Brought the serpent over to the island here, and we're going to clear this brown shit around the island, and that'll be eventually we'll do that, because I can't stop myself from talking. I got paranoid about leaving shit in the boat, even though I've never had a boat glitch out. There's a big fish right over there. There's a pretty big fish. I've never had a boat glitch out. However, I just decided I had to be concerned. So we have a 1. I caught 5 ones. A 4. That's right. I did catch another quite large one. A 4. I would be thrilled to get another 4. I think I do have a 4 back at the base. But then I have this 5. And that is amazing. And I am super thrilled to... Let me try to get that big fish though first. Hang on. Show off some of my man skill. Okay. I've got man skill for all of you. That is to say, I am the one who will bring meat. Women don't bring meat, men bring meat. I'm the meat. They call me meat. Meat boy. What a silly thing. Yet another one of the many bamboozles we're all trying to unboozle for ourselves. I just saw a big one, though. I could also move the boat, now that I'm thinking about it. Come on, I got to prove my manhood. Would you hurry up and eat my worm? Okay. The way I look at that whole stuff, gender and your whole stupid little body and your dumb little parts, is that's important, but it's far less important than the default part of us all, which is that we're all just human beings. And I mean that in as sappy as you can fucking imagine. We're all just fucking weird, we're weird little like consciousness bundles stuck on some sort of consensus reality. Well, let me put that a different way. On some sort of particle-based reality. And through our consciousness, we are endeavoring, and we do it naturally, although we also can have this destroyed, or at least ruined to a degree that things can get really hard. Look at these guys. None of them want to eat. There's a big one in there, too. There we go. Pretty good stamina. So what do you think that big one is? I'm going to guess... I think it's... Honestly, I bet you it's only a 2. Sometimes it's misleading. It might be a 3, but... So we have to kind of zap each other with our own energy. That is to say, share our consciousnesses with each other via communication, which includes body language, which is a form of energy. Anyway, I'm saying that we basically just radiate in each other's energetic field using various signaling systems. And then we somehow arrive at consensus reality. And if we're all watching the same bonfire, oh, I missed, wasn't even looking. And we all have the same brand of pre-diabetes inducing carbonated delicious beverage, most of us are going to agree that on what's happening around us. We're all going to basically say the same stuff. Although each one of those people will describe that day differently, won't they? And isn't that a good thing? Wouldn't it be weird if everyone used the exact same language? That kind of conformity is terrifying. So you're all at the bonfire talking about the same fucking fire and the same delicious, effervescent, cancer-causing tooth destroyer. Maybe someone told a joke. Maybe somebody tripped on a shoe and smacked the person over the head with a playful hit on account of the shoe trip. Oh, Jesus, you gotta pay attention to these guys. Here he comes. Here comes the big one. Yes. So if I just lock it, that's a good size. Gotta try not to force it too much because it does go through its like hard mode where the stamina just drops, especially the big ones. I can kind of muscle this one because I'm super... I mean, this is not going to... Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Look at this thing. Come on, jump up. Jump up. Yeah, not such a tough guy now, are ya? Outsmarted by me. But anyway, so, and then you disperse. And now consensus reality becomes harder to assess. Maybe your buddy Pete shows up in his pickup truck that his grandpa helped him fix up when he was just a boy of 17. And now he's 24. It's a size 2. See? I told you, man. They're not that easy to... Yeah. Which means a size 5 or 4 are going to be a big one. Okay, so that's the one we wanted to get. Let's float back. I have gotten very distracted with my thoughts. Person who drives the truck came by and just like, I just think I saw a bear fighting a deer. And everyone's like, wow, crazy. Tell us the details. And he's like, well, the deer was on its back legs. It had red boxing gloves on. It was wearing a flower lapel on its lapel and squirted the bear in the face after inviting the bear to sniff the flower. At which point the bear tore open the deer's thorax. I'd be like, damn. Now we all have a piece of that in our reality, but we can't confirm it. Then he shows you a video of it happening, and then you're like, well, whoa. And then he tries to get you to invest in his AI company, and now his auto AI company. My point being, though, is that we have to trust each other to share their realities with us. We have to participate in each other's realities in order to assess what's happening in our world. News is supposed to serve the project of giving you accuracy, or at least good faith attempts at accuracy, and so that we could all sort of inhabit the same, as close to the shared bonfire as we can all get. Let's just call it a campfire. All right, so before I do this runoff here, I just do want to make sure, yeah, I have my level 5. Let's just put the fishing stuff away. Yeah, I just got paranoid about not having boxes. but it's not like it's the weirdest thing in the world to build a box. Whatever, it'll be there. Famous last words. I don't know. I've just been thinking about consensus reality quite a bit in terms of we all live in the same source particle, the source reality, but the way you don't actually live there. You live in the thing that your consciousness generates for you via its inputs. But the big input is us, is each other, is animals, is all this other shit. Uh-oh, mushrooms. My favorite room, mushrooms. And so, even in the best of circumstances, say like a town, and there's like 6 newspapers, and there's maybe a TV station, and probably, 10 radio stations. Not that every single item is tuned to news. That would be kind of totalitarian and weird. But people consume cultural inputs in addition to news items or media. They also watch shows, storytelling, fiction. But like we know when stories are just stories, and those are reflections of truths. Those are mirrors on our cultures. That's why every single one of them is a big deal. I mean, I'm not that came off weird, but they're like books. They're like they're a document of your own world. None of us really lived in the casino that Robert De Niro ran, but we all wanted to. But that was, and perhaps embellished, and things don't necessarily reflect strict reality, but man, we are just surrounded. Even the birds are trying to get killed. This land is hard and wild, but we who are brought here are harder still. Take comfort, traveler, in the gifts before you, the good wood and stone, the fruits and the flowers of the forest. Look also to the wild boar. Okay. I read these because I think maybe they change them, and then I forget what's in them. So this is kind of a cool looking spot there, isn't it? All this water and shit. Let's finish killing some of these guys. If we're gonna bother having a stack of their delicious meats. Did I not? I thought I killed like a bunch of them. And so your town has various newspapers, and maybe there's a lot people don't get. There's different columnists with different political viewpoints. There's healthy disagreement. That is to say, even if somebody's wildly off, it's okay because there's counterbalancing opinions, and this is sort of the spirit behind separating editorial departments from. I do think I need to mark this guy down. From its news divisions, even though philosophically all news is somewhat of a bias, just what you cover, what you don't cover, so but it is distinct from like, this is my opinion and I am a person making a declarative opinion. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. Just take one last drink, bees. It'll be the last blood you fucking leeches ever drink. Guy who doesn't know what bees are. And he was using leech as a metaphor. That. Yeah, baby. Now we got more. Oh, swimming deer. That noise it made was just in response to me seeing it nude. And through a kind of best, I don't know what to say, but there's an optimal scenario where people are feeding people information and they're not incentivized to be deceptive. Either that means they are funded properly, they're making enough profits, or they have, community support. I would argue that the more profit-based a media structure system is, the more likely we are to end up with deceptions and other stuff, This is kind of an intriguing, flat-landed, open meadows type of island here, isn't it? Even though there's a lot of repetition in this world, in this game, I do try to sort of look at new lands with the spirit of, like, finding something different. Pause, traveler. You are welcome to the last and most lawless of the 10 worlds. In Valheim, the air is pure, the water deep and clear, and the forests overflowing with bounty. I do need to get paper towels. Here is adventure, joy, and glory for the taking. Bounty, to my British friends, is a brand of. Oh god, I did hit record. Is a brand of paper towel. You're welcome. And I don't think everybody should necessarily has to be on the same exact thing. I mean, at scale, at like giant societies, like hundreds of millions of people, it's like almost impossible to. I think the universal connective tissue that we all should have is healthy childhoods. I think that could be a thing. Like we all get to be different types of weirdos, but no matter who you meet, you know that their school was incredibly well funded, that they never had to stress or struggle about seeing a doctor, which means their parents didn't have to stress and struggle about getting them to doctors and seeing doctors. And it was understood, that children's early formative period of time is the most critical time in every single human being's life. And because we're all safer when children have healthy childhoods, every single child. I think that should be the universal stitch, but like, not conforming to the exact same media consumption is not what I mean. All right, let's just check this out here. So, okay, well, we're already kind of at the swamp side of it here, so. Guck. Another guck. Guck X2. Perfect. What was I saying? That we, oh, consensus reality. And so, like, even in a deranged media system like we have, with, the more consolidation of media ownership you get, the more likely, the harder it is for this diversity, this sort of healthy variety of sources and different perspectives and ways of making money off of your different perspectives. That is to say, if we're going to base employment and oh, look at this guy coming in for a hug. Sure, hug me. I'm ready. Not. That you're what's it saying? Healthy. Well, anyway, I'm saying that like where things are headed now due to social media, like it seems to be able to tolerate an awful lot of slop, I guess is kind of where this paragraph I'm skipping over. It seems to be able to tolerate us all being kind of stupid and people having wildly bad, but that's not leading somewhere great. But it's not like we all have to be, Oh, geez, that was kind of nuts. I think we both had the same thought at the same time. Did he just jump over me? Of course. And we'll just keep moving it. This could be a good leech farm over here. And just random. This is a very watery swamp, isn't it? Dude, quit shooting me. But I think with social media and with our phones, with cognitive decline, all these other sort of parts of the world that are making it, and the algorithms especially. The algorithms are basically. Here we go. Now I'm at the now I found it. I found the good part of the steak. Algorithms are consensus destroyers. And again, I'm not suggesting in any way conformity. That's like the extreme other side of it, where everybody has to think and see only the same stuff, or see and then therefore think. But you arrive at consensus through healthy communication, equal trust, meaning hierarchies being flatter, so then there's less reality distortion fields that come from power, and disagreement repair. It's just the basic concept that when you do have things that cause stress, that there's like ways of sort of mending those things. That's always healthy for groups. Random rocks with words on them. You who pass. I'm a man whose home was once in the mountains of Midgard, carried her here when I thought to earn my rest, to find a life after life in Valheim. There were 7 of us before the Grey Dwarfs came. Now Odin will not hear me, and the seas refuse me. Soon this stone will be all that remains. That feels new. I don't know. Is that like? Am I supposed to? Is that supposed to indicate some other like story or something? Feels like it is. Like the this crazy space, this crazy spot. Gotta go. I see the leeches. Coming after me? Yes, they are. Run away! What's it getting around about? Consensus reality and conformity. Oh, well, just like the healthy version of consenting to the same reality, not the same, but like we all kind of okay, we're all at the same bonfire here. Let's make decisions in accordance with that. The best way to do that is with like all that stuff I was just saying, but literacy, a type of, you could take that literally to mean book literacy only. I don't mean only, but like being able to comprehend languages. That is to say, like literacy doesn't just mean language comprehension, I guess, but media literacy, understanding that you have to make a judgment call based on the bias environment, and in order to even map that at all, you have to sort of have literacy. It's a healthy thing for everybody to reach a degree of literacy, especially just based on like boring old being able to read. Obviously, there's a history to access to words that is super interesting. Preventing people from being able to access and understand words is a major part of a lot of ugly histories here. Oops. I mean, this whole area is set up to be a leech farm. My other leech farm, I'm going to dig channels and shit, This one is just basically like all swamp. Like it's just, I'll just have to build bridges across the trees in a few different harvesting zones. And so now we're all sort of divvied up into our own weird little bubbles. We're not huddled together on what's going on over here. Is he fighting? No, he's fighting necks. Nice. That's right. Don't let those necks push you around, dude. It's kind of cool. He glows in the trees, huh? Might be useful. Come on. I need a flashlight. It's like having a kerosene lamp, having a LED lamp just following me around. Hey. Rawr. And So now the algorithms are really, I think, pretty dark. I think we're doing it. We should clamp down on digital rights and privacy in a very strict way, and then carve freedoms towards digital extraction. Instead, we're doing maximum extraction, and eventually, in about 20 or 30 years, we'll have a sensible enough political culture, politicians that can actually know how to what an email is, and maybe be able to do something about it. But it's really bad. Where'd my guy go? Oh damn! Another one more drink there, bees. There's just so much that I don't need. I'm not sure what the hell I was even talking about. Algorithms destroy consensus. Oh, because they work by splitting you into your behavior data, all the different metrics that these phones and these apps are constantly gathering up about people, and it the value that algorithms provide, at least in one sense, is the being able to sell your presence, or I should say, sell your attention to advertisers. They're selling. They're providing your attention. So they're making money off your attention. And you are ostensibly paying for it out. It's just like murdering a gang while at a TED Talk. Just like, that actually would be really funny. A TED Talk. But like you're just, I don't mean like humans coming up getting slaughtered. I just mean like video game guys walking up here and just, whoa! I didn't expect a whole bunch of resin. Okay, all right. Okay, so this little house here, let's just put up a. And here we go. Just dump stuff in there. Shut up, dear. And so you're ostensibly getting something in return for that, but you're being harvested, your data especially. The algorithm then divvies up stuff it knows that, or at least it suspects you will like, suspects you will either watch more of, or some will provoke some sort of physical response, emotional. If you can accept the idea that your emotions happen inside your physical body, then they're also physical. But who the heck built this house? I mean, come on, what were you even thinking? Maybe just a little tower up to the top. I feel like they might have changed these a bit. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. And the algorithm wants your attention, but it wants to steer your attention, and it wants to maximize it and increase that, which increases the price it can sell you for. So videos that get high watch times are the ones that generally are going to make more advertising revenue and hit more advertising markers. I think YouTube's advertising is just kind of off the freaking deep end. I mean, it's fair to say they should make money off what they do or whatever. Fine, sure, but man, it's 1-star deer there, everybody. Okay, so we see the boat. We did a circle. Let's check out the interior here. Now that we've got a nice, beautiful. This is a very pretty island. It's got this like rivered meadow in the middle. Think of all the channels we could carve. This would have been a great spot for a base. All right, we're building a new base. Obviously not. But no, check this out. I could have had my boat driven all the way right up in the middle of here. Let me look at that. I'd easily be able to have a boat. This is me like regretting starting my base right at the, right near, right near the front. Yeah, easily. Drive right up, park the boat. Oh, dude, I just really want to just build a huge castle right around here. Well, maybe when we get into like the thousands, who knows? I know there's a boat over here that will. I don't even have the space for it, but there will be a treasure. Get over here. All right, so we'll head back. I think there's definitely, yep, there's berries. And the algorithms are learning, and they're getting better and better. And you have to be like conscientious of it. Like if you know you watch, I'll get an occasional cop video or something, like a fight going down or something like that, and I sort of can't look away. Someone being a jerk to a cop or something in a good way, I mean, and someone exercising their freedoms near a police officer, which needs to be happening more and more in this country. It's terrifying. I haven't seen a 2-star. And yeah, this would be such a cool base. Like all kinds of cool little spots to. But then I'm like, oh crap! Now the algorithm's gonna send me this shit. You know, you're like, come on, can we just not feel that? It should be opt-in. It shouldn't be a thing you're just signed up for. That's just how I think about it. Yep, this was it. This was the island they wanted me to build on. If I just had the patience to explore slightly, I would have wound up here. Maybe. Oh well. Hey, you know what? I'm sticking. I'm in this for till the end. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember pulling up on this. There was a big fight happening over here. Clearly. Jeez. Yeah, I don't think I did all that. Ah, see, that's why. Look at it. Look at me being Mr. Investigator. Black Metal Scrap tells us, in case you didn't pick it up on it. Black Metal Scrap tells us that there was a pretty good war between some of these Grey Dwarfs. But did I pick one up? No. But I only see one. Could that mean there's There's two ones that are alive? Sometimes the spawns do stay persistent. Get out of here. Now I have a weak ass boat and a lot of stuff. Hey man. Alright, well. Okay. Now we gotta make a bunch of freaking decisions. I'll try something I've never done before. So you can build on that thing, huh? And so, not to just keep rambling about this, but I'm just thinking about it. But like, so we look for consensus, forms of consensus. We have to have a sense of, do I trust this person's way of describing or exhibiting or experience, you know. And that's happening through our phones, and that's happening through our shows. And I'm hoping to make a fucking living off of it. Not to say that I'm like trying to like game this or something, but you know, that's what would happen if people start liking stuff I do on the internet enough that I could support myself. And it's a weird thing. It's not necessarily bad. I'm not saying that. It's just kind of weird. Um, and people have different levels of discernment and different things that make them feel trusting or not trusting too. Trust trust sort of works like that. Sometimes it'll be a violation. One person might feel violated where another might not, depending on how that goes. I'm making a documentary about misinformation too, as you know. So just all the dumb crap. We'll take those. This is all my this is the stuff I arrived upon shore with. I didn't intend to be in the bigger boat. Definitely need that. Don't need a rock. Definitely that. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just leave a note here. Chests. Oh, such a pretty island. I really wish there's a lot to like about that whole center. It's a nice big healthy deer. Keep the place populated there, deer. With your big horns. All right. Maybe we can go straight. But it's so ripe for manipulation. It's so ripe for that relationship of trust becoming a way to manipulate people. And I probably often on accident, meaning like there are people who are professional manipulators who have incredible skill at that. That's a big, nice sized pike, isn't it? All right, I don't know the space. We just gotta cruise home. Let's go kill off this little part there, though. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's a pretty big one there. Right there. Ooh, ooh. We got a level 5. Oh, I didn't even throw it on the ground yet. All right, we'll have to do that back at the base. I could easily see doing it at the shoreline, and then the fish like rolls into the water and swims away. I think if I brought all my fish to the water, they'd all just swim off. I don't think sitting in a box for years kills them. All right, well, you know what? We got motor power. I was gonna not use it because I don't really need it, but like, okay, so what? It takes 20 minutes to 15 minutes to recharge. Like, I'm not gonna be on the water. It's stupid not to use it. And so yeah, so people are just being super manipulated and without realizing it overall, and in service of greater ancient powers of kind of status quo service, maintaining this system of we have. We need systems of liberation, man. We do. We do, human. All right. I mean, if I see a serpent, I'm going to have to kill it. Maybe try to take it back. I think I probably could pull that off. Stamina's pretty high right now. I do think I could turn the weather down. I would like to see like rain half as frequent. It's just frequent enough to feel like it's a equal part of the whole deal. Maybe not quite that, but I don't know. It is annoying. I don't mind it for the challenge part of it, but I find it rough on my brain. Oh look, a shadow on the flipped water of the boat. That was funny. Yeah, it seems like they've changed up some of the kind of water stuff a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It feels like, though, that as time goes on and they do updates, that little things seem to just feel slightly different like that. Like the way that was riding on that water was just a bit. I imagine they're tweaking these things. And speaking of which, and I'm not going to say it, but Steam has a pretty good spoiler, but not like a terrible either. All right, so we're just gonna give it a minute or so, not even a minute. No sense going back until the motor power gets lower. That's at least that's what I'm thinking in terms of trying to leave enough if I have to get a serpent, but all right, we're heading back. So yeah, we'll be ending here when we get back to land. In the next episode, I think we're going to do some work on the base. There is a... I do want to work on another portal thing. I feel like that'll be nice. So, look at this. All right, nice and easy. These serpents chasing me. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. All right. So as we put stuff away, thanks for putting up with my ramble today. I'm not sure exactly what that was all about. Hope some of it made some sort of sense. And keeping the crap I want to bring back. So pretty good trip out to sea. I know you weren't there for a bunch of it, but we wound up with a decent haul of fish, especially the nice big size 5 puffer. Even 3 size 2 trolls and a bunch of good serpent meat and serpent scales. Isn't that nice? Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing okay. Take care of yourself. Talk to you again on the next one. Bye-bye.